move to another presenter, and she's coming from here, from the Czech Republic. Her name is Pavlina Lyskova, and she will present the 8-year molecular epidemiology of dermatophytosis in the Czech Republic and antifungal susceptibility patterns of selected species. And she's coming from the Public Health Institute of Czech Republic. Please.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to present here results of our 8-year molecular epidemiology study of dermatomycosis in Czech Republic. My presentation is quite wide, so I will go through briefly. The data were processed from 2012 to 2019, and as you can see, a really huge collection of dermatophytes comprising over 13,400 of isolates were processed. Here you can see the aim of the study. I won't read all of them. The main aim was to update our knowledge about epidemiology of dermatomycosis in Czech Republic, because the last study was performed in the 90s. Of course, we should assume that we will reveal some cryptic species because they are usually misidentified based on morphological features. As all of you know, epidemiology of dermatophytes is changing. Closer, okay. Dermatophytes are evolving along with mainly along with geography and socio-economic conditions, but also a very important factor is migration. As you know, some of the species are decreasing, another increasing, and this time the leading pathogen is Trichophyton rubrum. Here is the history of dermatomycosis in Czech Republic. As you can see, very productive was Dvořák and Očenášek in the 60s. And we can see that here is visible the increasing of Trichophyton rubrum. What is interesting, according to my opinion, is mention about Trichophyton-mentagrophytes found on guinea pigs. It's only hypothesis, but maybe it should be Trichophyton benhamiae. Here you can see all the results, and in total 30 species of dermatophytes was isolated, and also new species were described. And one isolate is still waiting for describing. It is no surprise that leading pathogen is Trichophyton rubrum, but what maybe is surprising, on the second position, Trichophyton benhamiae, it's placed. Here you can see the hit parade of non-rubrum isolates, and according to Trichophyton benhamiae, a lot of information was already told here, but the incidence is similar or as in Germany. Here we can see clinical presentations. So in Czech Republic, the most common is onychomycosis, and the most common species causing infections are Trichophyton rubrum and interdigitale. It's similar in Tinea pedis. The rare clinical entity in Czech Republic is Tinea capitis, but what is interesting, the most common cause of Tinea capitis are zoophilic dermatophytes, almost with 70%. What is interesting in anthropophilic dermatophytes, it's quite high incidence of Microsporum ferrugineum. We isolated 13 species in Tinea capitis and Tinea corporis. I will talk about more information later. And another in zoophilic, it's apart from Trichophyton benhamiae, it's interesting increasing incidence of Trichophyton erinacei and Trichophyton quinqueanum. And in geophilic dermatophytes, it's interesting, quite a high rate of isolates, Nanesia persicolor. Here we can see age stratification. It's slower, probably. Yeah, here we can see age stratification of Tinea capitis. Probably not surprising, Tinea capitis is almost restricted to children and to children. And the most common is Microsporum canis, followed by Trichophyton benhamiae. And in Tinea corporis, it's a bit different, but again, in children and young adults, absolutely leading, it's Trichophyton benhamiae, which is followed by Microsporum canis and Trichophyton interdigitale. The incidence of Trichophyton benhamiae, it's decreasing with increasing age, and then with increasing age, it's increasing Trichophyton rubrum, which is absolutely dominating later. Here in conclusion, we isolated 6 species of anthropophilic dermatophytes, 8 species of zoophilic, and 13 species of geophilic dermatophytes. As I already mentioned, incidence of Microsporum ferrugineum is increasing, and the similar finding was published in Germany by Professor Nenov, and they give it into that it's connected. Yeah, they think that it's connected with migration. I think it might be so, especially from Russia. In geophilic dermatophytes, apart from Trichophyton benhamiae, it's increasing Trichophyton erinacei. Again. We also heard already a lot about the species. They are transmitted from hedgehogs, and the study from Spain published that almost 50% of hedgehogs was infected by the dermatophyte. It was a American pygmy hedgehog, which because those animals are becoming popular as a pet, so this is probably the reason. Another increasing dermatophyte is Trichophyton quinqueanum, which is transmitted by especially by cats, dogs, or rodents. Again, similar results were obtained from Germany, and they give it. They think that it's connected, or that the reason is that it was probably misdiagnosed or underdiagnosed. That it was that it was identified. Oh, excuse me. As Trichophyton mentagrophytes interdigitale complex. But I'm not sure about it, because this study is the data were processed since 2012, and the increase is visible from 2017. And also our laboratory is cooperating with vets, and they are sending all the time samples, but the samples are positive maybe 1 year back. There is a lot of isolates positive for Trichophyton quinqueanum. So I think that the reason of increasing incidence is different. Here you can. Okay. So yeah, very quickly. So here you can see geophilic dermatophytes. They are very wide reaches and reach for different species, and 3 new species were described. We also tested antifungal susceptibility. We we established UCAST methodology, but we read results as no-grow. You see that we tested 8 antifungals. We tested 64 isolates of Trichophyton benhamiae complex, 70 geophilic arthroderma, and also we started to screen for terbinafine resistance. I will go quickly through the results. It's geomean of Trichophyton benhamiae complex. This is with flu, but you can see flu is elevated, so it's better without flu. We can say that the pattern it's almost uniform. There are not big differences. And in general, we can say that even though you don't know exact species identification, usually terbinafine or cyclopyroxalamine should be allowed. Here is geophilic arthroderma isolate. Again, with flu, it's not well visible, so better without flu. Here you can see that the pattern is not uniform. It's it's different between different species. But again, in but again, as a conclusion, we can say that probably terbinafine and cyclopyroxalamine would be low. And we start to screen for terbinafine resistance because no data are available in Czech Republic. Here you can see we try to find the appropriate concentration for testing. We decided to choose final concentration 0.125. As you see, no isolate was detected till now. But what is interesting, one of the isolates was identified as Trichophyton indotinea, this Trichophyton mentagrophytes ITS type 8. But this interestingly did not grow on the screening medium. We don't know yet the point mutation. It will be tested, but antifungal profile, it seems that it's it is susceptible. So probably some kind of mild mutation. And in conclusion, you can see that epidemiology in Czech Republic, it's really changing. We can see that there are emerging pathogens and also new species were described. And because of increasing terbinafine resistance, it is necessary to make some further studies according to resistance. And because the large collection of dermatophytes was collected, I think it gives great potential for future and for collaboration with other laboratories worldwide. And I would like to thank you for your attention.